Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with a Prince of Swords. Well, actually, we started with the mystery card today. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top of that. That came sliding out of the pack. I don't know what it is. We're going to save that one for later. I think Spirit wants us to use it as the mystery card. But the first card we have is this fixed air energy. Tells me that you're maybe on the fence about something. This is double air. It's kind of like, what do I commit to what I'm doing? Do I go this way? They can't stay on the fence forever, right? So we are kind of like we're trying to pick a side, maybe. Maybe we don't want to pick a side. Maybe we're trying to kind of determine or figure out, like, how should I think about this? How should I feel about this? What camp should I be in? What belief should I hold? It's like right now we have two opposing views, and we're trying to hold them together in our mind, and we're thinking, I kind of got to, do I have to pick a lane? Do I have to pick a direction right now? Do I have to pick a major? Do I have to pick a side? Do I have to pick a team? You know, do I have to believe in one of these things over the other? Well, let's put this card into a little bit of context. I feel like you're somebody, yeah, I should have said what I was going to say first. I feel like you're somebody that doesn't like to pick teams or pick sides. I feel like you like to do your own thing. You know, that you are, you're somebody who is like the lone mountain goat. Well, you're obviously hermit, right? You're saying go your own way. Why do you have to choose right now? Why do you have to pick this person or this person? Go your own way. Why do you have to pick that team or that team? Maybe you're just playing your own game. I feel like you don't want to pick. I feel like you don't want to choose. But you might be in a position where you feel kind of, you're feeling pulled in two different directions. It might just be letting go of both of them and going our own way. Got that hermit energy, yeah? You got a Four of Wands, Princess of Pentacles, the Tower, yes, and the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Swords, but a Prince of Wands, the Star card, and a Princess. Oh yeah, okay, I see. The fixed energy is giving way to spontaneity, to randomness, to playfulness, to fun, to joy, right? I really feel like this is, you realize that the sort of commitment that you're being asked to make right now is not, you just kind of see like it's not, if I were to continue on the same course, it just isn't gonna be all that great. It's not anything gonna really be there, you know? We planted some seeds perhaps here, and we're realizing that if things stay this way, it's not really going to lead to much. So there's, no matter what, there's a choice involved, right? And that's kind of what the Hermit is kind of starting to realize, because between these two cards, it feels like the Hermit doesn't want to make a choice, just wants to go their own way. Going your own way is the choice, right? We're choosing to sort of live life for ourselves. I feel like you're choosing to walk away from something. And because we see the fixed air continuing the same course that you've been on, right, is leading to Seven of Pentacles failure, right? Going on the vertical path with this Hermit energy is, I think, leading to transformation. Okay, we could look at it the other way too. We can say that this is the vertical path. Continuing on the road that you're on is going to lead to destruction, but taking the new route, investing in something different, investing in yourself, maybe leading to more difficulties, to more uncertainty, right? But at least it's going to be your own path, okay? So I kind of feel like we're sort of torn between the different versions. It seems like we're kind of between you know, the lesser of two evils here, right? Which one are we ready to just kind of really shake things up? Or are we willing to persist and continue to go through what we've been enduring and deal with the slow or sluggish progress, right? That's what the earth energy is with the Seven of Pentacles. It's not necessarily a failure, but it's just like the slow, sluggish drag of the earth element, right? The earth element is the slowest element. It's really low vibration, very slow, low frequency, slow moving. And, well, the Tower is like overnight change, right? The Tower is like dream come true, okay? So let's, we got our mystery card. Let's look around the room. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, put it in the comments at any time during the reading, okay? We've got, obviously, our major arcana energies, okay? The Hermit is trying to reconnect with the star. That's what's inside of the lamp is the star. You're trying to reconnect with your star. And the star may feel like it is your distant goal, that it's something way out there. I don't know if I'll ever get it. It's my dream, but it's so far away. We think of a star in the night sky, millions of miles away, right? Like what the nearest one is like a few light years away from us. That's a long time, okay? That'll take us forever to get there. And so we kind of feel like it's so far away, it's so distant, right? And what we desperately want is a way to kind of travel faster than light in order to get there faster. We want to kind of teleport to our star. I think this is also kind of the idea that the star is inside of us. And that's what we have to connect with our very own star. And this connection is going to allow us to understand the path before us. And that's what this reading is about for you, I feel. Reorienting yourself to your star. I feel like we've kind of lost our navigation. We're like stuck between a rock and a hard place. The lesser of two evils, so to speak. And I feel like the star is trying to reach out and connect with you. You're trying to reach out and connect with it. What you're seeking is seeking you. Okay? And the Hermit is trying to connect with that star and realize that there may be a faster way to get to your goals than the path that you've been on. Okay? It may be that we need to sort of figure out our navigation so we can connect with that and use this as a guiding light in our life. This is our North Star. So I wonder if you're kind of, you're almost with this Hermit energy sensing a futility in your choice. It's kind of like, if I choose this, I choose that, what does it matter? It's the same kind of thing. There's no good options here, you know? It's kind of like we're at the restaurant and we're looking at the menu and think, it doesn't matter if I choose the fish or the vegetarian option, like I just don't like the restaurant. Either way, the stuff on the menu is going to hurt my tummy. It's not, you know, it kind of is the feeling like we don't have to be in this restaurant. We don't have to sit here and do these choices. We can find a way to transcend this. It's the choice of menus, not just the choices from the menu. We can choose a different set of options, okay? But we have to connect with our North Star, otherwise we don't know the option that's right for us, okay? And that's the connection. We need to recalibrate, reorient to this North Star, and our dreams will come true, okay? Mystery card, probably the Sun card. So we have our majors, and the Tower, of course, is that kind of the revelation. To me, it feels like this is a breakthrough. It feels like we're not looking toward just choosing, let's say we're choosing between these two even. And these two, neither one of these are very nourishing, right? This is something that maybe has grown, but now it's kind of gotten overripe. It's kind of, you know, it's decayed a little bit. It's been sitting out too long. This is something that's not cooked all the way. So do you want something that's either overcooked or undercooked? Right? In the words of Fred Armisen on Parks and Rec, undercooked, overcooked, straight to jail. Right? And the Hermit is saying, I don't want either of these. I don't want those options. So I think that we're sort of transcending. I feel like there is a breakthrough coming for you. Got fire and fire. You don't have any water, no, because you're not so happy about your situation at the moment. We don't have much air. We got some air. We got the fixed air, and we've got this air that's seeing other options, right? This is other options. And even this, though, we're looking at the other options, we're thinking those don't look so good either. You know, we can either go straight ahead, or we can kind of, we can go astray on these other little pathways. But it's kind of like, sometimes we feel as if, no, I've got to just stay committed to what I'm doing. Well, what if it's like squeezing your soul? What if it's restricting you? What if it is diminishing your powers in life? Do we still stay committed to something? Do we still feel like this is the path I have to stay on? Why? Because I promised. Why? Because this is what I've been doing. Why? Because this is what my parents did. I don't know. This is what the world tells me I need to do. I don't know why. But I'm stuck on this path. Okay? The hermit is really truly the one that is kind of going off-road here. Yeah. And so I do feel that this is really a linear flow, because we keep doing what we've been doing, and we're headed into a Saturn in Taurus kind of thing. That builder energy, right? The Taurus energy, to me, is the Prince of Pentacles, the builder. But Saturn, restriction, putting restrictions on the builder, taking away the builder's tools. That's like, let's say you hire somebody to build a skyscraper for you, and then you tell them, okay, but you can't use any excavators. No. Oh, you can only work between the hours of 10 a.m. and noon, right, for lunch. That's it, 2 hours. And oh, you can't have any hard hats, you know. And oh, you can't use any shovels. Oh, and no hammers, no nails, no wood. You gotta do it without wood. Putting all these restrictions on there, and then the builder has a more and more difficult time just to sort of stay on track for the deadline. It's, oh, and you have to get it done by Christmas. It's like, oh gosh, okay. But now you're like totally handicapped, right? There's nothing available to you, and there's no way that you can make it work. And it's sort of a frustration where a lot of the times we just sort of give up, and we just sit back in our chair, we just slump down, and we just think, it's impossible. The conditions are not conducive to my success in any way. It's like this situation has some sort of intelligence to it, and it doesn't want me to succeed. Okay, and that's the Saturn in Taurus kind of energy. It's restricting our ability to grow the thing in a way. It's like you're planting a garden, but you're going to use the sandy, rocky soil. Oh yeah, and you're going to use the worst kind of water you can use. I don't know, the pH is all off or something, right? And you're going to just like you're going to put a big tent over. It's never going to get sunlight, you know. And then we're kind of like, hey, gosh darn it, tomatoes, why aren't you growing? You know, and oh, if tomatoes could speak, you know, I feel like they do. I feel like plants can speak. Yeah. So that's the nature of this card, and that is what you are looking at if you keep doing exactly what you've been doing. Okay. So the Hermit is, I feel like, ready to resign, ready to say, I don't care about building this thing anymore. It's not worth it. There's no way to succeed. You've rigged the game where I cannot, you've taken away all the tools that someone would need in order to succeed, and you're expecting me to succeed, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to play that game. So I feel like this is kind of us searching inside. It's like we're putting on our cloak of invisibility. We're going into our temple. We're meditating. We're trying to find that light within us to say, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? Because this ain't it. Okay? The Hermit's going off trail, off road. And, you know, if we look at this as giving up, well, how noble is it to stay committed to something that is diminishing your soul, that is squeezing you and crushing you? You know, it may be virtuous, sure. It may be valorous, but it's not wise, right? The Hermit is wise. The Hermit's wise enough to say, I don't care if people say I'm a quitter, or if people are looking at me. I don't care about any of that, because I know and I trust my inner light to say enough is enough of something. It's okay to walk away from something that is not conducive to your well-being or to your success or to your happiness or to your prosperity or to your soul, right? And I feel like that's what we're trying to do with this star card, is trying to get in touch with that star to say, is the Hermit right here? Or am I just being, or is this my ego saying, oh, it's too hard in the future? No. I feel like this is your soul saying, this is not working for you. The conditions here are not conducive to your well-being on any plane, in any dimension. Okay. The Four of Wands underneath the surface, I think you can kind of feel in your gut, your intuition, your gut feeling, the body kind of thing. You kind of have this feeling that like, this has run its course. Yeah. This is the card of a human timing. Okay. It's the completion of a cycle. It's kind of saying like, you have to decide when you're done with something. If we had the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of like, Spirit's saying, time's up, time to go. No, this is your choice. Okay, this is something where you have to say, okay, you know what? I've decided now in my heart of hearts, through my conversation with my spirit and soul and guardian angel, spirit guides and stuff, I've concluded, or we've concluded, that this is over. Okay, and you're not doing it impulsively. Okay, you're doing it responsibly. And that Four of Wands is it's a completion. And there's no animosity, there's no hard feelings, it's just kind of saying like, I'm not gonna build this building for you. And we don't have to give an explanation why. We don't have to give any reasons. We don't have to justify it. We don't have to answer any questions. We can just say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Okay? Whether this is a project, your own business kind of work, or something at work, if this is the job, the career, if this is something else you're working on, it may be more valorous to stick with something even when it is diminishing you and squeezing you and reducing your chances of succeeding and has that Saturn kind of restriction quality to it. But it's also a very noble thing, a very humble thing, a very noble thing to know when something is not working for you. And we've got to go toward our dream and not feel like we're being crushed, like that dream is being crushed, right? So you have the Princess of Pentacles in the recent past. I feel like this was an investment for you. I feel like we took a chance on the Princess of Pentacles is trying to become the Empress. And we may have put a lot of time, effort, energy, and or money into this process. And it's kind of difficult to say, am I going to turn my back on this now? I put money into it. I put time in. I gave this thing years of my life, perhaps. Shouldn't I just stick with it? Or do I cut my losses? This is something that we felt had a potential. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a business idea, maybe it's something else. But if we stay consistently attached to something that's not meant for us, it's going to take us that much longer to find what is meant for us and to start building that. Okay? So sometimes the tower has to be like a Band-Aid. It just is right off. And sometimes it is through these exclamation points. Like, this is a really big deal for you. This is a moment that's going to change your life. It's going to determine your future. The tower moments are exclamation points. These are the stories we're going to tell our kids and our grandkids and our friends' kids. These are life-changing moments where our timeline gets shifted, our universe gets torn down and rebuilt. Okay? And we can all remember these kinds of events throughout our lives when we're kids and when we're young adults, and the older we get, like so everybody has at least one of these, okay? And they're always challenging. They're never fun. They usually feel like the worst gosh darn thing that could happen. The most disruption, it shakes us to our core. It shakes us down to our foundations. But the tower moments are usually very good for you in the long run. Okay, this is kind of the way, like, you have to tear your muscles down every day in the gym if you want them to grow big and strong, Your stomach acids and things have to break down the proteins if it's going to reassemble them into heart and liver and lungs and muscles and, things have to be sort of dissolved and then restructured in that new form. And we have to make sure that our energy is going in the right direction. Okay. And it's usually once the dust settles that we get the revelation. See the eye at the top? That's kind of like the enlightenment that happens. After the tower moment happens, we kind of say, ah, yes, I understand. I see what is really going on here. And maybe it comes perhaps days, weeks, or months, or years later where we look back and we think, that tower moment, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like for me, a tower moment is my liver transplant. In the space of literally like 12 hours, all my organs shut down and failed, except for my heart. And I woke up weeks later with a new liver, and I had no idea what was going on, and it was a huge life-changing tower event for me. And in retrospect, months after, years after, and to this day, I look back and think that was the best thing that ever happened to me. It felt like the worst thing, but it set me on a different trajectory in life. It put me on a new course. Okay, I kind of feel as if we are, in a way, we're invoking one of these tower moments, because it would be much more easy, let's say, to stay on this path. It takes guts. It takes guts to go up and say, okay, I'm ready for the tower. What happens if I say goodbye to this thing? What happens if I sort of turn the off switch? If I say I'm done? What happens if I walk away from this? Well, life is going to change in major ways, right? Maybe this is this is that business. Well, then, okay, now I've got to deal with all of that and the income and the money, or this is a relationship or something, and maybe you've got things that are tied together and linked up with each other, and it's just every aspect of life is going to change. Okay, and that's why this isn't an easy thing for you. On the path of the serpent, we have the Seven of Swords. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Okay. The deliberation, I think, is kind of ending for you. I feel like you're trying to trust your star. You're trying to trust that inner light. We don't trust our thoughts, okay? We trust the actions and the result of our actions that are inspired. We're trying to trust our intuition here. Because anytime we think we've made the decision, I have the answer, then there's all these other swords. It's like as soon as we walk out the door of our house, there are the guards there with their spears, and we're thinking, oh, okay, I'll go think about it some more. And that's what this card represents. That anytime we feel like we've come to the truth of something, or our relative truth, our internal truth, in our mind, we feel like we have the clarity. I've got the clarity. I got the Ace of Swords, right? All these doubts rush in and we think, well, no, what if? Maybe not. How about this? And so I feel like we really need to make the time and space to search our inner selves, search our true selves, connect with our star, and take action based on the inspiration and intuition and insights from Spirit. Not based on our fear of change, not based on kind of how that tower is going to come down and how it's going to affect a lot of things. A lot of people are going to be probably upset, or a lot of things are going to kind of need to be dealt with. You kind of create more work for yourself in the short term, right? But I think for a long-term benefit. Okay. The Prince is here in the environment, right? It's this is a fixed fire energy. It's a Prince of Wands, right? It's consistency. It's persevering, and I feel as if this is you in your relationship with whatever this is. If it's a person, a place, a thing, an idea, maybe a job, a vocation, a creative project. This is kind of you with the belief that if I just continue on the path, then that's gonna mean everything. That it's consistency is the key, and it's kind of like saying, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling. It doesn't matter how things are going. It's just a matter of like, if I stick with it, it's going to be okay and it's going to work. Well, this is the builder who is starting to get a little frustrated because it's putting in a tremendous amount of effort, but now it's being given less tools and less time to do it. You have till Christmas, but you can only work 1 hour a day. Okay, and so then it's kind of creating like this heat, this pressure on you that is unreasonable and really unachievable. Okay? And again, kind of redirecting this energy into a new pathway might be a lot more conducive to your success. It might be more in line with your true self and with your destiny and with the star energy. Okay? Because yes, you are that mountain goat. You can climb to the top of the mountain. What if this isn't the mountain meant for you? What if you're being told, okay, here's your mountain. You want to go climb it? Go climb it. But you can't bring any water, can't bring any food, you can't wear shoes. And you can only do it between the hours of 2 and 3 in the morning. Pitch black outside. Those are the rules. What? No. What if we're realizing that this is not my mountain to climb? What if you're climbing this corporate ladder only to realize that this ladder is up against the wrong building? So it's not a sign of weakness that we are thinking of a shift. It's not a sign of weakness or a sign of giving up. It's a sign of insight, of intelligence, of spiritual growth and evolution, of humility. That your pride is not preventing you from doing what you need to do. Instead of saying, well, because I'm such a proud person, I'm going to sit here and climb this ladder even though I know what's waiting for me at the top. And it's misery or destruction or whatever, right? We don't have to consistently stick with something just out of fear of like we're losing face or like, I can't let people see me quit, right? That sort of thing. But also with the absence of the water energy. Not a single water card anywhere. There's Aquarius. That's an air sign, by the way, but it is the water bearer. It is the one that is bringing the water, right? And I think that this is the insight, right? It's the mind, in a way, the spiritual mind, the higher mind, the buddhi manas, right? The enlightened mind that is able to bring the water. Our enlightened mind is bringing us the Ace of Cups and saying, here's your water. Here's what's going to nourish you. Here's your destiny, right? Here's what you want and what you need. Yeah. And I think we need to realize that water is not here. The water is being brought to us by our star. It's kind of like the star is trying to shine a beam of light at you to show you where the water is. It's like you're walking through the desert in the middle of the night, dying of thirst, and crawling through the desert, and there is a bright star in the night sky above you, and it is shining a beam of light down in the distance somewhere. And it's saying that's where the oasis is. And you may be going this way, crawling this way, and then you see that beam of light shining down over here. You think, oh, that must be where the water is. I'm going to start crawling this way. Okay? And that light is coming from your true self. And the light itself is the high priestess. Okay? The star is the spirit or the true self, and the high priestess is the intuition that comes from this. And the high priestess is always leading you to water. Always leading you to the Empress card, really. And so I think that as the final outcome here, with the Princess of Wands, this is kind of like you taking a risk, taking a chance, dancing with the tiger, doing something that is spontaneous, doing something that may feel a little bit impulsive. It's a calculated risk. It's an inspired risk, okay? It's something that is, I think very, very energetic. It's not a slow and gradual kind of change. I feel like it's rather abrupt. Yeah, but I want to look at the mystery card. I feel like this is a lot of creativity, right? This is us exploring and experimenting with new pathways and new ideas and new energies. Rather than what we see already, what we know is kind of already the very restricted path here. Let's see what the mystery card is. Obviously, I want High Priestess or Empress or some water energy, some cups. Okay? If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. 6 of Cups, oh yeah. There's the water. The star is trying to lead you to the oasis. This is what we expected to find here, but there's no water here. Now you can continue digging and looking and searching and crawling in this direction, but you'll find there's no water here. Okay. This is kind of like, you're digging for water, but the sand is rushing in and filling the hole as quickly as you can dig the hole, and you'll never get down to the bottom there. You'll never get to the water underneath the sand, right? the star is sending a beam of light into your life to show you where you can find water. And we've got to kind of get fired up and go in that direction. Okay? As tired as we may be right now, the Princess of Wands has energy, has that surge. When you see that beam of light, this is you walking that yellow brick road. You know what I say about the star card, right? Is that it's two phases. One comes inside of us, the light enters us, right? If we allow it, that beam of light from the star shows us who we are inside, shows us our blockages, shows us where our knots of karma are, shows us where our weak spots, our sore spots, our triggers, and our buttons, okay? So that we can acknowledge them and realize how they're influencing our lives. And that is enough then to kick off phase 2, where that light starts to spill out from us and shows us our yellow brick road, shows us our pathway to the oasis, to our success, to our love, to our whatever our outcome is that we desire here. Okay? And it really then looks like this Princess of Wands is kind of dancing on that yellow brick road. See? It really, to me, that's what this, it's sort of the initiation, it's the inauguration, it's the beginning, it's where we've found it, and we're going to dance on that yellow brick road. It's going to be a challenging journey. Sure, you're dealing with the aftermath of a tower. But this is, I mean, we're like skipping down the road, you know. So the Six of Cups is that oasis. This is the love, the joy, the sense of community. Instead of the overripe, instead of it being underdone, overdone, it's perfectly done. It's beautiful. It's a masterpiece. It's a gourmet dish. It's not undercooked, not overcooked. It's al dente. It's perfect, right? Beautiful, wonderful. Exactly what you want. It's nourishing. It's nutritious and delicious. Whether it's a relationship, a romance, whether it's a career thing, a work thing, a vocation, a creative project, doesn't matter. Maybe we're talking about cooking. Maybe we're getting hungry. This is also kind of like finding your community. You know, this is like we're leaving something that's not meant for us, but we're finding what is. This is a sense of home. This is a sense of tranquility, of pleasure, of love, right? This is soul expanding. This is soul expanding, not soul crushing. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading if you want to stick around. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Capricorn Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you want to watch the readings at the website, go to doveandserpenttarot.com. You can also find me on Patreon. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.